Hey, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel again today. Today I've got a really simple blues sax licks for you. This is going to be a repeating blues lick pattern that I think is perfect for beginners. I just found it in a book that I was looking at and I've been practicing it, and I want to share that with you guys today. Now let's take a look at the lick itself. There's a few things that I need to point out about this lick. Now as we're looking at it, you can see this is going to be in the D blues scale. Now what's unique about this riff, the song itself that I'm learning this in is in the key of A, which would put this in the key of F sharp minor on the saxophone. But what they're doing with this lick is they're using the relative minor scale of that major scale. If that makes sense to you, hopefully it does. For every major scale, there's a minor scale, relative minor as it's called. And for this song, it's in the D blues scale. The relative minor of F is going to be D. If you look at your circle of fifths, I might get into that a little bit more on the video here if we have time for that. But I just want to introduce you to this lick. I've started learning it. Now, there's two different scales in music. There's a major scale and there's a minor scale. Now, if you look up here, these are the notes that are in the major scale. You have D, E, F, F sharp, A, and B. Now, I've circled in red the notes that they share with the minor scale. The minor scale notes are D, F, G, G sharp, A, and C. Now as you see, the notes, again, as I said, the notes circled in red are the notes that are shared between both scales. Now the reason this is important for this lick is if we study this lick really closely, we'll see that what they did with this lick is they used notes from both the major and the minor D blues scale. And the relative minor of that F, the F, okay? And actually I'm going to get to that at the end of the video just so I can clarify that with you so you understand it a little bit better. But that's where we're at now. But anyway, I've got a quick recording of what this riff's supposed to sound like, and then I'm going to play it to give you an idea again what it sounds like. So here we go. Let's go with this real quick. Okay, that gives you an idea. That's what I've been learning the lick from, and I'm trying to pick it up. I picked up the music for it, and that's what I've been learning. And this is a repeating lick. They're real fun to play. They're really easy. Usually they're pretty easy to learn. Again, as you heard on that tape, the rhythmic style of this riff is a little hard to get at first, but I've been working on it, and I think hopefully I got it good enough now so I can share it with you guys. So, but anyway, it's going to go, as you heard on the audio tape there. Let me get my sax secured here before I drop it on the floor and make a big boo-boo. But again, let's just start at that very first phrase. It's going to be that F. That F has got a little quarter note, or you're going to go from the F to the C to the F to the B and the A. Again, as you guys are familiar with my videos, I kind of notated the the rhythmic values the way I heard them. So it's going to go like this. Hopefully I'm going to get this for you. I knew it. Now, the way this riff goes, if you look at this real closely, this is really important in this riff. And as you heard through that recording, when you play this first part of the riff, and this is the important part that I'm talking about, you'll notice here that A is dotted, that dotted eighth note or quarter note. That means it gets held for that extra beat. And then on the second time around, you'll notice at the end of that same riff, that A is just cut kind of short. It's played as a regular quarter note. And it's really important to the feel of this repeating pattern to get that right. So again, let's go with that first two lines again. Now I did that exactly backwards. Sorry about that. as you can see, now this line here, to illustrate what I'm doing here, this line here is a repeat line. If you're familiar with sheet music and how to read music a little bit, you'll see it in all kinds of music. This is a repeat line. That means to repeat this pattern. You go through this pattern once, you get to the repeat, and you repeat it again. Now after the second repeat, you go right back down here. And we're going to do it one more time there. Cut that A a little bit short. And then now this next lick is going to be C, C sharp, C, B, A, F. And that goes like this. Alright, it's a little bit quicker than that, I believe. And then you go right back into that pattern again. Yeah, you do that one more time as you see there, and then you end on that F note. Alright, you can carry that note. You can cut it short if you like, or you can just go ahead and let it ring out a little for 3 beats, what have you. So I'm going to try this again just so you get an idea of what it sounds like. We'll play it on that tape again, and I've got a backing track that goes with that as well. I'll let you listen to that to give you an idea of what kind of music he's playing that riff over. And again, I notated the chords that go along with this as well. If you notice up here, the first chord is an F sharp minor. Then moving along after that repeat of the same 2 riffs, excuse me, it goes to a D sharp. From the D sharp, it goes, or D7, I'm sorry, to a C7, and then from the C7 back to that F sharp minor for the rest of that riff. So I'm going to give it another try here, and I'll let you guys hear it on that tape so you get a better idea of what it sounds like. I didn't cut that A short. I've been having that problem. I got to remember to do that. And then we're going to go into that C, C sharp, C, B, A, F. I know, I've been working on it, and I knew as soon as I got in front of the camera I'd screw it up. Jeez, I'm so sorry. But anyway, I wanted to introduce you to that lick. It's a really good repeating lick. Repeating licks are really good sometimes, and they're usually pretty simple to pick up and easy to play. It just takes a lot of practice. I only spent about maybe 4 or 5 hours on this the other day trying to get ready for this video, and I thought I had it ready, but obviously I get in front of the camera and I can't do it. But anyway, I'm going to rewind this real quick and let you hear what it's supposed to sound like. That's not it. This should end. Okay, here it comes right now. This should be it right here. 84. Here I carried that up a little bit, and this is the track, the backing track for it. Got that kind of groove to it. So there you go. That gives you an idea of it. And again, I still would like to try to keep getting this down. I think it's a really cool riff. I think it's really easy for beginners to pick up, especially for myself. Like I said, I practiced for about 4, almost 5 hours earlier yesterday. And I came back today and did it for another 20 or 30 minutes, and I thought I had it, but, you know, who knows. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to you. Now, getting into what I was talking about, if you're not familiar with it, and I know I kind of promised not to get too much theory involved into this beginning videos, and I'm going to try to stick with that as much as I can. But I just wanted to clarify the relationship between major and relative minor keys. And what I've done for that is, give me just 1 second. I'm going to flip this board around so I can show you the circle of fifths, and I'll explain that to you so you can understand a little bit better. Sorry about the TV. I thought I had it turned off. But, whoops. Okay, as you can see, this is what's called the cycle of fifths, if you're not familiar with it. Now, moving forward, if you move clockwise, those are down. Those all progress in a pattern of fifths along the musical alphabet. If you go counterclockwise, they progress in a pattern of fourths. And the reason this is important is for several reasons. For one, if you're looking for a chord progression and you got a key that you want to start in, say you want to start a song in G, but you don't know what other chords go with G, what you'll do is you'll pick that G, and then if you move back to do your fourth, because most chord progressions in Western music are 1, 4, and 5, as you probably know if you studied any music. Now there's other progressions with different intervals of notes that make up that progression, but that's the most common one in most of your pop and rock music and blues music as well. So what you would do is you would pick G, you go back 1 step, is C, and then you go 1 step to the right of your G, and that's D. So if you want to play a song in D, there's your chords right there. G, C, and D are the 3 chords that would make up that song, your first, your fourth, and your fifth. And you can do that moving all over to any one of these keys that you want to pick. You go to the one back, and then 1 forward from the original key that you want to play on. And that's how that part of it works. Now, as you notice on the inside of this circle of fifths, you're going to see some other notes. And those other notes are what's called the relative minor of those major keys. The major keys are on the outside, the minor keys are on the inside. And the reason this is important is instead of just playing everything in, like if you're going to play in G, you play everything in a G scale, which is different for a saxophone because it's a transposing instrument. But just generally with your concert pitched instruments, that's the way it would be. But what you can do, and you can do this with saxophone as well, if you've got a key, like if you're in key, just for instance, with this song was in the key of A, and if you transpose that for a saxophone, that's going to be in that F sharp. So what they did with this riff was he found his F and he didn't sharpen it, and he used the relative minor of that, which is D. Excuse me. D. D is the relative minor of F. That's why this song is in the key of A, but it's written in F, and he used the relative minor blues scale, or even relative major scale, whatever scale you're using, you use the relative minor of it. And that's the scale that he used when he composed this riff for that particular piece of music. Just to give you an idea of what's going on, why it's written out the way it is, with the different key signatures and all that good stuff. I know it can sound confusing. I hope that helps you a little bit. Excuse me. I brought some water with me because I was afraid this might happen to me again. There, that ought to help. Yeah, it feels better. Geez, sorry, I'm sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that riff with you. I really wanted to get another lick out to you. And I'm going to flip this back around so we can look at it again. You can take a screenshot of it if you like, what have you. And I'm going to play it again on the tape while you're looking at it. So you get maybe you want to record that or something. Just so it kind of helps you get an idea of what it really sounds like better than what I was actually able to do. I'm going to keep working at it again and get better with it. But, it's like everything else. You just got to practice it. So I'm going to flip this back around. Sorry about the TV being there. I should have turned it off. And this is not going to cooperate with me at the moment. Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. I got it back. So anyway, instead of that G scale that I've been driving down your throat, I figured I'd find something in a different scale just to give you ideas, you know, of, other scales you can use. The blues scale, like I say, is a very useful scale. And it's one of my favorite scales, as I've said many times. So, but that's the riff that I've got for you this week. I'm going to see if I can pull it off again just for the giggles and grins. It's really fairly simple. It just takes a lot of practice to really get it nailed down. Again, like I say, the most key features of this scale, this lick, is going to be these last two A's of each line. You want to carry that first A out a little bit, and then that last A, you want to just treat it like a regular quarter note. Don't let it carry out. Just do it, and then go back into it. Kind of let that first A kind of carry out a little bit. And then go, because it gives it that feel that he gets off this riff that he recorded here. So I'm going to try it one more time just to see what happens. That kind of a thing there. And then again, like I say, you would repeat that twice. And then play it one more time. Then you go into that C7th riff. Is that C, C sharp, C, B, A, F. And then you're right back into that riff again. It's just a real simple, easy repeating rhythm. They're real popular. You can intone it into any type of music that you want to play with. And once you get it down under your fingers real good, it's real fun and easy to play. And you can just carry it on for several beats and just kind of play back behind somebody or what have you, however way you want to use it. But that's what I've got for you this week. I'm sorry that I didn't do as well as I was hoping. I really am. A little bit disappointed in myself. But anyway, I just want to thank you for watching. Hopefully this is a good lick that you're going to have fun with. I hope so anyway. That's the whole idea here. If you did enjoy it, please leave a comment and let me know. I'm going to keep working on comment and trying to get better as a beginning sax player. And I'm going to keep trying to get better. That's the whole idea behind practicing these things. But if you did like it, please leave a comment, like, subscribe if you like. Leave comments as always. I'm always interested in your comments. Give me ideas. Tell me if you liked it, you didn't like it, whatever you want to tell me, I think. But anyway, I sure appreciate it. And I look forward to sharing another lick that I'm going to learn here next week. Work on it diligently so I can give it to you guys as best as possible. And I hope you enjoyed it and have fun with it. Thank you very much. We'll catch you in the next video.